The human brain is a mysterious and fascinating organ. It controls everything we do, from breathing to thinking to feeling. But have you ever wondered how the brain actually works? The answer lies in billions of tiny cells called neurons. Neurons are the fundamental units of the brain and nervous system. They are like tiny messengers, constantly sending and receiving signals to control our bodies and minds. Imagine a vast network of interconnected roads and highways. That's what the nervous system is like. Neurons are like cars traveling along these roads, carrying important information to and from different parts of the body. This intricate communication network allows us to perceive the world, learn new things, and interact with our environment. Neurons are essential for life as we know it. Without them, we wouldn't be able to see, hear, smell, taste, or feel. We wouldn't be able to think, remember, or experience emotions. Even the simplest actions, like breathing and blinking, would be impossible. The study of neurons and their functions is a vast and complex field, but understanding the basics can give us a glimpse into the incredible power and complexity of the human brain. Neurons may be small, but they have a complex structure that allows them to carry out their important work. Each neuron has a cell body, which contains the nucleus and other essential organelles. Extending from the cell body are numerous branch-like structures called dendrites. Dendrites act like antennas, receiving signals from other neurons. The neuron also has a long, slender fiber called an axon, which transmits signals away from the cell body. Think of the axon as a cable transmitting information over a long distance. To help transmit signals efficiently, many axons are covered in a fatty substance called the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath acts like insulation, preventing signal loss and speeding up transmission. Finally, at the end of the axon are synaptic terminals. These terminals release chemical messengers called neurotransmitters, which allow neurons to communicate with each other. This intricate structure allows neurons to receive, process, and transmit information with remarkable speed and efficiency. Neurons communicate with each other using a combination of electrical and chemical signals. When a neuron receives a signal from another neuron, it creates an electrical impulse called an action potential. This electrical signal travels down the axon like a wave. The myelin sheath helps to speed up the transmission of the action potential. When the action potential reaches the synaptic terminals, it triggers the release of neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters then cross the synapse, a small gap between neurons. Once they reach the other side, they bind to receptors on the dendrites of the receiving neuron. This binding can either excite or inhibit the receiving neuron, influencing whether it will generate its own action potential. This complex interplay of electrical and chemical signals allows neurons to form intricate networks that process information and control bodily functions. It's a remarkable example of how biology and chemistry work together to create the magic of the brain. Section 4. The chemical messengers, neurotransmitters, and their roles. Neurotransmitters are the chemical messengers that allow neurons to communicate with each other. There are many different types of neurotransmitters, each with its own unique function. Some neurotransmitters are excitatory, meaning they increase the likelihood that the receiving neuron will fire an action potential. Others are inhibitory, meaning they decrease the likelihood of an action potential. For example, dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. It plays a role in motivation, learning, and addiction. Serotonin, on the other hand, is involved in mood regulation, sleep, and appetite. Low levels of serotonin have been linked to depression. Other important neurotransmitters include acetylcholine, which is involved in muscle movement and memory, and GABA, which has calming effects and helps to regulate anxiety. The balance of these neurotransmitters in the brain is crucial for maintaining our physical and mental well-being. Imbalances in neurotransmitters can contribute to a wide range of neurological and psychiatric disorders. Section 5. The ever-changing brain, neuroplasticity and you. For many years, scientists believed that the brain was a static organ, unable to change after a certain age. However, we now know that the brain is incredibly adaptable and capable of change throughout our lives. This remarkable ability of the brain to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity allows us to learn new skills, adapt to new environments, and recover from brain injury. Every time we learn something new, whether it's a new language or a new dance move, our brain forms new connections between neurons. The more we practice, the stronger these connections become. Neuroplasticity is also what allows the brain to compensate for damage. For example, if one area of the brain is injured, other areas can sometimes take over the lost function. Neuroplasticity is a testament to the incredible resilience and adaptability of the human brain. By engaging in activities that challenge our brains, we can promote neuroplasticity and maintain cognitive health throughout our lives.